Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, your ultimate destination for royal, pop culture, political, and all kinds of crazy tarot readings. This video, we're going to take a look. It's pre-publication for Omid Scobie's Endgame, but we're going to take a look at some of the mysteries behind the scenes on it. It's going to be a deep dive, more about Omid than about the book, I think. But let's see what's in the cards. See you in 30 seconds. Welcome back. I'm Annabelle, tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're going to take a mystical journey into what's going on with Omid Scobie's new book. Today is November 25th, 2023. I am right now debating whether I am going to use one of my Audible credits to secure the book. I know, don't give me a hard time, but it's part of my job. I do have to buy some of these things, but I'll make a little trip down to the library and see how long that wait list is, because I want to do a reading again after I read the book, or maybe I'll do serialized month by month. Tell me in the comments if you want me to do that. If so, I'll actually get the book in an actual copy. So welcome. I hope you're all having a great day. Hope you're recovering from Thanksgiving. This is November 25th that I'm doing this on. So we're into the weekend of recovery, weekend rehab. So please remember, all of my readings are for entertainment purposes only, and they are my own personal opinions, my psychic downloads, and this is just what I think about the situation, what the cards think about the situation. So remember, you can always book your own magical reading with me at the link in the description of this video through Calendly. Also, I do have a class coming up. I'm iffy on what date we're going to start, because I seem to have a lot more students that want to start after the new year than want to start on the 30th. So we'll see. I'm going to keep that up in the air. I do want it to be a nice, robust class. I want to have a lot of people in there so that we can have discussions and talk about our journey with tarot. Also, there is a gift card option through Square, so you can always buy a gift card if you're starting to buy cards and gifts for people in your life. So let's get to viewing the cards on this. Thanks everybody for being here. Again, it's gratitude week, so I want everybody to know I'm so grateful for all of my viewers and my subs and everybody that's here. I know I was missing, but I was cooking. I swear I was cooking up a storm. Yesterday, I just collapsed into my couch and watched Saxondale all day long. The first season. I kept falling asleep. So, all right. So let's see. Today is Saturday before Omid Scobie's book comes out, Endgame. It is promising to have revelations and bombshells in it. So let's see how Omid is feeling today. And that sneaky snacker, 7 of Swords, jumped out, but let's keep going. We're going to shuffle a little bit more, boys and girls. So I'm not sure why he's feeling exhausted. So the 10 of Wands usually indicates some kind of overburden, exhaustion, and some negative feelings coming as a result of this, with that Knight of Cups in reverse. Who's exhausting him? Now, from the Sidley twins, They have, and I love them. I'm like kind of a new sub for them. They have uncovered that through his Instagram posts that Omid is probably in the Los Angeles area since I think they've determined June of last year. Oh, love that Yorkshire red. So they've determined that he is probably in Los Angeles, and I'm not gonna say that I don't think that either, because there is a lot of proof there, a lot of dessert pictures, a lot of cheeseburger pictures, and other thing, palm trees and whatnot. So it looks, if that's the case, it looks like we are coming apart from the parties that have brought us out there. So, oh, I had my bracelet pushed up on my wrist. This is from aliciawicker.com, by the way. And it dented my arm. So I had it pushed up. I was washing some dishes before. So they are unpartnering from a certain party and with much joy. So now this working on his craft, what's going on here? Omid, what are you up to? It looks like he is very upset about, both parties are very upset with each other. And I do think that this is him and Meghan are not getting on. He is disappointed and upset about what? About what? So he is not being cared for in the manner that he had anticipated. I think Megan is not being taken care of in the manner that she had anticipated, but he is not being taken care of in the manner anticipated. So that Four of Wands in reverse tells me that somebody's out on their own, doing their own thing, or at least being sent to go do their own thing. And here we're starting to plan our future. So there it is. That is the person who did not come up on their promises. The promises were not kept. But does he have a NDA with her? This is like a partial NDA. I think he was smart about whatever he signed. I think there were some agreements that he could talk about things in the third person in an effort to be able to write these two books on her behalf secretly, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. This is just my opinion. But I think that the way that the NDA was worded was very careful so that he could present as someone who knows them, but not someone who is disclosing their personal private information. I'm just going to cover up those folks right there. So that is interesting. So there's an NDA, but it's not an ironclad NDA. It's kind of like an NDA light so that he could still talk out of the sides of his mouth. This is super interesting. Under the surface, there's this lucky, lucky, lucky. I got all that I need. I got all that I need. So what does that mean exactly? He can show on the outside that he's unhappy and kind of flap around and be dramatic about it, but he is happy, happy, happy on the underside. Omid, when the time comes, he has a lot of information and data that he can share. And he will look to reveal that at some point when the time is right. So I've said before that I think Omid should write a book how I, negotiated around a narcissist, how I did XYZ, and I think how I lost my friend. I think he's going to do that eventually. I think if he's damaged, I think it's more of a reputation financial kind of thing than it is a personal thing. I think he really wants to be part of that glitterati and the, anointed, gilded group in the world. Now he's in Hollywood. I don't know if is he retracing Harry and Meghan's steps, or is he pursuing them? Is he retracing their steps, or is he pursuing them? Retracing. So I don't think he's necessarily retracing. I think there were other things that he needed to do. I think, moving to Los Angeles was something that was not as palatable once arrived. And I had the same experience. Like once I got there, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is not that great. So I think once he got there, he was like, oh yeah, now I get why they're having such a hard time. It's not the, super welcoming place that I thought it was going to be. It's not warm and fuzzy. Yorkshire Red. So I'm going to hashtag these videos Yorkshire Red. So he was not escaping anything. He did not need to do it for his business, but he thought that there would be a lot more opportunities there. Unfortunately, what he is finding is that the opportunities are far more difficult to get in the door than previously expected. And it's because of the association with Meghan. It's because of this negativity that people are seeing. There's just too much, there's too much that goes around with the Harry and Meghan circus. Like the security and what we need. It's like there's always this list of everything that we need to walk in the door and eat a bagel. I love bagels. There are no good bagels in Los Angeles, as far as I'm concerned. I tried. There were no good bagels there. So there's just this unnecessary drama that happens all around the production of getting them in the door or their people in the door. And I think Omid's kind of part of that. I think he's part of the, oh, well, I was a royal correspondent. I was, it's almost like Quantum Moss, like you're just being too big for your britches. I think he had the same thing. Like he was going to step into Los Angeles and say, well, I was a royal correspondent and I was so highly respected. And Meghan did the same thing when she went to the royal family. She was like, well, I was a Hollywood celebrity. I was a movie star. So this is so much easier. It's so far beneath me. And I think he's doing the same thing when in fact it's, six in one hand, half dozen in the other. So yeah. He's not finding his footing there as well. He's not finding freedom. He's working very hard to find somewhere to start and to get his roots planted, but it's not really working. He's meeting a lot of resistance, and that's very, very frustrating. So so there that is. Is he chasing them? What did I say? Is he escaping? Tracing their footsteps or chasing them? Is he just following them because they are the story? They are the story. We're going to leave these two out. Yeah. Oh, mid. He's being very careful about this information that he has up his sleeve. He's got an ace up his sleeve. So he's keeping it sweet. but not too sweet. He's disappointed about the lack of work and what he's doing and that it wasn't fully disclosed to him. It's almost like he was expected to come out and like live in the dog shed. So I don't know if he expected to be staying in the guest house and the guest house was going to be his permanently, a la Kato Caitlin, or if he thought he was going to be living in the house as a permanent resident, other, or what he is actually living like is like, we're going to put you up at the Holiday Inn down the street and you just come every day. He wanted to be, braiding hair at night and that kind of a thing. So that is a disappointment. I don't know, where he's staying. I have no idea. But I don't think that he's staying in the manner in which he thought he was going to be staying. I think he was brought here he was lured here, I hate to say lured, with the dream that he was going to be having fun and, sunning by the pool and enjoying himself. And that's not really what it is. The chaos that he has stepped into is a bit not to his liking. It's not as controlled and careful. Is he gathering more information for another book during this time? Because I do get the sense that he is writing another book. Unguarded, unhappy. Not yet. He's not working on it yet. He's waiting for the bridge too far. That's what he's waiting for. And then he's going to start to formulate it. Under the surface, he is transforming from what to what? We have that death card there. What is he transforming into? Our little butterfly. Our little butterfly. Transforming into the Page of Cups, and one who does not sleep, one who speaks his truth, one who says his truth. Here he is finding trouble partnering, but he will find the pathway to a strong legacy by partnering with others, by partnering with people that are better well versed. He has to become the apprentice again. So will his ego allow him to do that? Will his ego allow him to do that? I don't mean that he has a tremendous ego. I just mean we all have an ego. Will his ego allow him to partner with others? Now he's going to stop because he feels like he won't be in control. Then it won't be his baby. He's afraid that other people will get credit for his work. So what is his main goal after this book comes out? Main goal. What's his main goal? He wants to be like the Pied Piper of treatment. He's such an odd fellow because he wants to be seen as elite and on the other side, kind of with those rose-colored glasses and drinking mimosas and hanging out, having brunch. But he is about to reveal the bad things about the elite so that the plebeians like you and I will be cross with them. But he wants to be on the other side of that curtain, the other side of the equation. It looks as though at some point he will have to make a decision. And he doesn't, again, this is like very Meghan Markle thinking, like, oh, I grew up poor and now I'm rich and I didn't learn anything from it. I'm still acting like a jerk. So Yorkshire Red. I'm going to make my own jingle for this tea. So I think when the money runs out, when the money and the information runs out, with this Queen of Pentacles. Then we'll see him start to leave that camp. But let's get some advice for him, because if that is his intention to leave the Meghan camp, he's not coming off as like an everyman. So what does Omid need to do after this book comes out, after the dust settles? What does he need to do for optimum outcome? Come on, baby, light my fire. Ooh. Death blow. So that's really what we're looking at. So we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. That is absolutely the two that he has aligned himself with, whether or not he admits it or not. He needs to create an imbalance in that relationship. He needs to see them for what they are and see them for the people that are not going to get him from A to B, that are not going to put a lot of money in his pocket. They are out of information. They don't have any more information that he can sell. They just don't. Or peddle. I shouldn't say sell, peddle. So he's going to have to determine where he falls, which side of this story he is going to fall on. Is he going to fall on the side of the elites, or is he going to fall on the side of the everyman? Like, what is he going to do exactly? And this is, it's far more nuanced than just, is he with the royal family or is he with Harry and Meghan? There's a social component to this in his mind, that he wants to be part of this elite crowd, and he wants to speak to the masses and kind of be someone to emulate, someone who's, on the periphery of this elite group and can, enjoy the fruits of it without compromising his integrity. It's a very odd thinking. Instead of, he really is like a half in, half out mentality on the royal family or not. Harry and Meghan are now proving to him that they are not such nice people. How are they doing this? They're very greedy. They're like, well, you kind of have to do this on your own. You have to pay for your own hotel room. You can write it off on your taxes next year. Like, they are cash poor. And so that means that they can't pay for play. They can't pay staff, which I would put Omid Scobie in kind of a staff category. He's not on a regular payroll, but he's like a contract staffer. So, I think he was brought here and put up for a little while, and now I think he's kind of on his own. He's got to take care of himself and get his own place to live, with his little dog too. Until he creates this imbalance, until he creates this imbalance, we are not going to see him transform or get out of this sticky situation. He really is stuck. Under the surface, I think he is very frustrated and aggravated with them. About what? About his new beginning here and about his relationship. He almost wants to be a courtier. He wants to be a courtier to Meghan, and wants to be in the house, benefiting from it, like like coming down in his dressing gown and getting a cup of coffee, a latte, a matcha latte, and just strolling through the house and enjoying the outside. Like, he doesn't, it's like he wants to enjoy all of their fruits as well, while he bankrolls and they pay for all of his whatnot. So, which is reality when you're with a royal family. It is not a reality when you're with royal runaways. So, that I think he wants her to take care of him. I think that is the promise. And I think he is still banking on that he will be there when the marriage is over. So I think he's kind of hanging on to that hope. But he does have amassed information in the event that he needs it, needs to put that down and sell that in the future. So I think that NDA that was crafted for this reason. They got a lot of snakes in the grass around them, Harry and Meghan, a lot of people that are banking on the future, having saving some information just in case they need it in the future. So very, very curious kind of people that they have around them. So under the surface, what is he loving? He's just, we have this shadow self of the Knight of Cups. What is this? Like, what is he up to? He likes writing. He's having trouble transforming. There's that death card in reverse, lover's card in reverse, hermit. He needs to separate from the pack. He is going to find that he will be much lighter when he relieves himself of the burden of conversations with them, the burden of information that he has. And this devil card keeps coming up for me, lots of other tarot readers, as far as she goes. So he needs to unpartner himself. He needs to get out there on his own, break up the band, and stop pussyfooting around. Maybe say your truth, and that's where your big bang for your buck is going to come out. So this is curious. So I am going to do this in 2 readings. Now, as I'm doing this reading, I think I do have to buy the book. I think I have to do it. I think it's 14 hours long, but I want to give you guys as much bang for your buck. And you know what? Like, I buy books all the time, so you can't get frustrated with me on this one. Oh, before we go, how is the book itself going to do? Is he going to sell a lot of copies of this? Is it going to be a smashing success? Past, present, future. I think there's going to be some words about it. Over the top. I think people are going to have a lot of opinions about it. I think he's going to respond. I think he's going to have a lot of responses. The press tour is going to be more satisfying for him than the actual book sales. Not seeing a lot of ducats here. Not a lot of money here. So again, going to be upset that that he put all this work in and it's not transforming him. So bit by bit, he's realizing that he needs to, I hate to say be a turncoat, but looks like being a turncoat is kind of a better idea for him. It's going to be more lucrative and something that will put him further on the map as a tabloid biographist. I don't know if that's how we refer to him. I'm not sure how we refer to him. Omid. He looks crazy though. He looks more fit. The Sidley twins said his neck got bigger in some of the pictures. So that is usually from a comprehensive workout plan with supplements and all that stuff. So, typically your neck doesn't get bigger when you get older. So we will do part 2 after the book comes out. So I did a bunch of batch videos today. I think I did 3 or 4, but I'm tired. So I'm going to finish my tea. I'm going to go sit in my chair. I'm going to play some Mario Kart because I'm still recovering from cooking for 4 days. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Again, don't forget you can get your own magical reading with me. You could jump into one of my new classes. You can buy gift cards for the holiday, and you can send me reading requests at fortune cookies tarot at gmail.com, or any questions that you might have. So I hope to talk to y'all soon. I hope you're having a great